Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those who watch this video. I hope you enjoy it. And today we'll be talking about an Alfred Hitchcock classic, Psycho. This is just a classic all around. And I've seen this movie before, but I just realized it's been probably about 30 or so years since I've seen this movie. So I completely forgot what this movie was about. I mean, as a kid, the only thing I remember was the hotel and that creepy shot on the hill of the movie, and then of her discovering the body. But I forgot what the mother looked like at the end. By the way, it's going to be some spoilers on this. Movie's like, what, 1960, 40, 64 years old. So if you haven't seen it yet, what have you been waiting for? You got to check this one out. It is, like I said, it's a classic. It's really good. I think this is Hitchcock's best movie. But yeah, so that's the only thing I really remember, like I said, was the shower scene. Of course, I've seen it in other movies. But as a kid, I just remember the creepy house and her discovering the body, or just going through the house there at the end. So I probably mainly just remember the ending of this. So, watching this, I guess you have to know it's going to be a good movie. Any movie that begins with a couple finishing up on their afternoon delight, has to be a good movie, right? It has to be a great beginning. Didn't realize that she was actually a runaway. Like, she actually stole a bunch of money. She stole $40,000. $40,000 in 1960, man. That would had to been a lot of money. You could probably live a few years on $40,000 back in that day, back then. So, no wonder she was temptation. So right away, she's having her afternoon delight. She's immoral. She's over there stealing banks. Yeah, this woman deserved to die, right? That's the rules of horror movies. I wonder if this was the president of that rule. If you have sex, you die, and especially if you steal, right? So the first half of this movie is about her running away, trying to get away with stealing this money. You have this creepy cop with this dark sunglasses kind of following her around. You never really see the cop after she kind of escapes from him, so you don't really know if he thinks she's suspicious or what, but I kind of think he probably thinks she's suspicious a little bit. He finds her sleeping on the side of the road, and then after he pulls her over, she sells her car, which is fairly new, for another car, so of course she's doing that so people can't find her. Then unfortunately for her, she runs into good old Norman Bates at the hotel. And I say Anthony Perkins does a wonderful job playing this character. That conversation that they have back in his office, I guess, when he gives her a sandwich. Right there should have been a ton of red flags for this young lady. I think it does, because she's trying to get out of there pretty quick. Just that conversation. It's pretty light at first, and then it turns pretty dark. She says a couple of wrong words. Anything about his mother really sets him off. Because he has mommy issues, which at the end at the end of this movie, I think they do a pretty good job of describing what happened to him, his mindset. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, so I don't know how scientific it is what this doctor is saying at the end. But to me, it makes sense, and because he's kind of got dual personalities. I talked about another one. It was a Korean show earlier this month called Dear Hyuri, where that lady was facing dual personalities, and one was trying to take over the other one, though she wasn't a mass murderer. And he's like this, I like that. But going back to here, Psycho. So at the end, when they're describing his mentality, his why he was killing these girls, because he found them attractive, and it was somehow jealousy of the mother side of his personalities, killing off these girls, and his son personality being jealous of the mother. That's kind of like how he went into it, but I don't really want to talk about that much. I really love the cinematography, like the camera angles that Hitchcock used in this movie, especially inside the mansion, the Bates house. I'm gonna call it a mansion. It's huge. Maybe it's not a millionaire's mansion, but it's a big house. And just like the camera angles he used was fantastically creepy and well done. Like when you get the investigator going up the stairs, it felt very 3D-ish. As he's walking up the stairs towards you, and him looking around, and then you got the over the head angles. to take it to like modern day, I don't know if you got any gamers out there, but when you watch, if you ever played the game Resident Evil, the classic one where they had all the still cameras, it's a lot like that. If you haven't seen this movie, if you played Resident Evil, like you get the still camera and just the angles they use in those video games give you that creepy feeling. And Hitchcock does a wonderful job with the camera angles, especially inside of the Bates house. And then, of course, the fantastic music score that's in this really, really gives that uneasy atmosphere as you're watching this movie. And then of course you got that I'm terrible at making sounds, but when he's slashing her in the bathtub and the shower and other places, you have that music score that's really kind of describes or gives you that good sound effect of what it would sound like with somebody cutting you up like that. Really kind of scary too, because it's kind of like a good jump scare as well. Saying here a lot, sorry. But the musical score, the camera angles, the cinematography were very well done. The acting, like Anthony Perkins really does a very good job portraying Mr. Bates and bringing that character to life. He really does give you the creeps. Gives you those subtle hints when he is upset. I love the conversations he has with an investigator as he starts to stutter over his words when he's trying to lie about the whereabouts of the first girl who he murdered. Trying to come up with a good story. You can really tell when he's telling the truth and then when he's trying to fabricate a good story to cover his tracks. Very well portrayed, very well acted. I watched a Hitchcock movie and was like a biography movie which covered this part of his life. He was doing Psycho. I guess like the original cut was like very messy and not very good, and so his wife helped him clean it up, and man, they did a fantastic job. Like I said, I think this is Hitchcock's best movie. Very great murder mystery. I guess it's not really a mystery because you know what's going on, but very well written, very well done. Highly recommend this. You can find this on Netflix. I don't know how much longer it's going to be on there. Another surprise for me was like there was 4 movies. I knew there was a sequel, but I didn't know there was 4 movies all together. Of course, the first one's Hitchcock. The other ones are made by other people. I don't know what. Second one, if I remember right, was these people he gets out of jail and these other people try and make him go crazy again or something like that. I have no idea what 3 and 4 is about, but I just stick with the classic. The first one's always the best. I'm just saying that without even seeing the other ones. Say anything about the other ones. But yeah, watch Psycho if you have a chance. Don't go mad like good old Bates. Have a great day, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Bye.